Hello and welcome back to Gonzalez Gardens. So have you ever been at a garden center or even at Walmart and found yourself in the nursery section and found some beautiful flowers? Well, that was me. I made a few impulse purchases that I was not expecting to get. And I've noticed when I do this, it's usually not a good thing because I'm not ready for them just yet. And the first set that I had was early spring, and there were some beautiful flowers. They smelled so good and everything, and then they died within a week. And now today we have a Delphinium that we're going to plant up here in our front garden, and we have some plants that we're going to plant in the back garden. And they don't look the best because we've had some crazy winds the past month, and they've been tossing our pots up and down, so hopefully they'll bounce back, but I think they will. So let's get started and I'll show you what we have. Okay, my first impulse purchase was this beautiful Delphinium. My daughter got me one last year for Mother's Day, and unfortunately it died super fast. They have these beautiful purplish blue blooms, and they kind of look like they are glowing when the sun hits them just right. So I decided not to plant it in full sun this year. So I've been keeping it here by my front, and it's been doing extremely well. So we're going to plant it right here by our front pillar, because that's where it's been sitting and it's been doing well, and it has new growth at the bottom. So I think it'll do just fine here. It looks a little damaged right now, but that's mostly because of the wind, because it keeps falling down. All right, let's get started. So I'm not going to do anything special today to amend the soil. Just going to dig me a little hole and plop it in. So it should be a nice, quick, and easy process. We haven't planted too many plants up here by the house. So we already have our established garden. This was the original garden that was planted before we even moved in the house. And the plants were so tiny when we moved in, when we look back. Okay, so there was some landscape fabric here. That's what was causing me a little bit of trouble digging up my hole. But we got that done. All right. Let's look at our little Delphinia. Looks like there's actually two plants in here, but we're just going to keep it together. Okay, it looks good. It's not too root bound. That's perfect. So that is something to look into when you're buying plants from the garden center. Is a lot of plants, they have more than one plant within it. So this one, you'll see it has two different ones. So we could split that up and put it in two different places, but I think we're just going to keep it here like this. Okay, looks like that fits in there perfectly. Just fill in our hole. Or here is the final growing place for our Delphinium. Right here, right in front of our border. It's kind of hard to see. There's our beautiful blue flowers. Okay, that was nice and simple. Let's move on to the next ones. Okay, now we're back here in our backyard behind the orchard, where we have our beautiful bench that our neighbor gave us. And there's a monarch. Can you see it flying around? I totally get distracted by butterflies. I think they're so beautiful. Looks like he likes the salvia. All right. So the plants that we're going to be planting over here are on each side. We have the same plants. So we have a yellow Calla Lilly. You can see a little one of the flowers there. And then we have this beautiful salvia. They say that butterflies like it. I actually haven't seen any, but half the time this plant is on the floor because of all the wind we've been having. This one, I hope it blooms again. It has the most beautiful flower. Let's see if you can see it on the tag. The Asiatic Lilly. Gorgeous flowers. None of these plants have a scent, but they look so beautiful. So the yellow with the blue and the hot pink, oh, they look so pretty together. And we have the same plants on the other side. So let's go ahead and get started. So I think I'll start here on this side, and I'll start with my Asiatic Lily and go that way. Let's see here. So I decided, well, I saw these flowers, and the Asiatic Lily I never seen before, but it was so beautiful. One time my husband got me these beautiful flowers. They were just cut flowers, and it was a lily, and I thought it was the Asiatic Lily, except for the flowers that I had, they had this strong, beautiful scent. This one didn't have a scent, but it's very pretty. So I had to get that one. And then the salvia we have over here, I've been wanting to get a salvia for a long time because people recommend it, saying that the butterflies, and I think they say the hummingbirds like it too. But like I said, I haven't seen anything on it until right now when we were filming, and the monarch was liking it. So hopefully now that they're going to be standing full time, we'll get to see some more wildlife. Okay, there's our first hole. Let's get our lily. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's any new buds or anything on it right now. There was one, but it died. Hopefully it'll bloom some more. If not, maybe next year. All of these plants are perennials, so they should last for us. Ooh, this one is root bound. The other one had like no roots showing. Look at this one. They have a lot of roots. So one thing I did notice on most of these plants is it says water 2 to 3 times a week. And I've been watering my plants every day because it's been so hot. So I hope that's not going to cause any problems for these plants. One problem that I have is sometimes I water too much. Never had a problem with not watering enough. But it's the plants that don't want a lot of water that I'm not very good at, because I think they want water and not all of them do. Okay. But these ones, they look good. They have nice foliage, not any flowers right now. Another thing is the Asiatic Lily and the Calla Lily, they both say that they are full sun. And this one says it's part sun. This section here gets sun from around 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock at night. So I'm not quite sure if that will fit the full sun requirements or not. But I'm hoping it will, because this is really where I want them. I tried to find a place to move them to, and I just couldn't think of a better place than this. So hope they work out. If not, we'll try something else. Okay. So I'm going to keep my tags so that hopefully I can remember what kind I have for the future. There we go. Okay, let's go onto our salvia. I'm surprised it was nice and moist when I was digging here. I don't think that we've had rain. I've been watering the plants. Maybe that's why it's moist. Okay. Now it needs to be a little bit deeper. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Let's look at this one. How does the roots look on this one? This one was looking a little sad for a while. The leaves were all droopy, but they're starting to perk back up. I'll give you a close-up of these beautiful purple flowers. Purplish blue. I don't know what color you want to call them. Salvia hematodes. Interesting name. This one doesn't look too bad. It has some roots, but not too bad. Over here it did. Okay. All right. Looks like my hole needs to be just a tad bigger. Okay, let's see how that does. There we go. That fits perfect. Right. right, I'm just gonna fill in our hole. It's funny, I see some confetti here in my soil. For Easter, we have a Easter egg hunt, Mexican Easter egg hunt. It's very interesting. We fill eggs with confetti and break them on each other. It's nice, such a fun tradition. You should look it up if you haven't. Everybody has fun, from the adults to the kids. We look forward to it every year. It's not a tradition that I grew up with, but my husband did, and he taught it to me when we got married. And now it's one of our favorite traditions. Okay, the last one that we got is our Calla Lilly. Let's see what its roots, well, I don't want to open it just yet. So one thing I noticed with the Calla Lilies, all of them, the ones that we got and the other ones that they had there, is they had been sitting for a long time. Their roots were overgrown and coming out the bottom. I just looked at the bottom of this one and roots don't look very good, so hopefully once it gets here inside the ground, it will do better to have room to spread. There's our Calla Lilly. Let's take a look at that one. You can kind of see the little yellow flower in there. So you can see what the roots look like. You can see how the roots were coming out the bottom. But when we got it, they all looked very nice. They don't look very happy right now. So let's see. Yeah, look at that. This one, I knew it was going to be root bound just by looking at the outside. Let's see if we can break it up a little bit. Not really breaking. Okay, here you go, Calla Lilly. Here's your new home. Oh, that looks better. Okay, we got all of our plants planted right here around our bench. There we go. There's me in the middle. Hi! Thank you for sticking around and watching me plant all my new plants. And I hope you stick around to see them bloom because they have the most beautiful blooms ever. And if you are like me and you want to have an impulse purchase, just make sure that you have a place to put it and that you can get it in right away so that they don't fall down like mine got a little damaged. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye!